Hello, I'm Jane Clarke. I'm a nutritionist and dietitian and a food writer. And I've looked after patients living with cancer for over 25 years. When you're going through cancer treatment, food can become a real battleground. So I'd like to talk to you about the types of foods that could help soothe and also just make coping with cancer and the treatments that you have to undergo that bit easier. I see patients who are so afraid of having something that's sweet. There's so much information on the web that tries to tell you that when you have cancer you mustn't have sugar. That's just not the case. Sugar doesn't feed cancer cells, it doesn't cause tumours to grow any quicker. When we're looking at the diet, what we want to do is to try and be wise about sugar. So if you've got a real craving for sugar, don't have too much of it. Sometimes we can just fall into the trap of the day just becomes very loaded with sweet foods. And that just means that you're not having enough of the other stuff, the other nourishing proteins, the other vegetables and the fruits, and the things that your body, whilst you're living with cancer, desperately need you to have a balance of. So one trick that I use with my patients is to get them to keep a little note of what they're eating and what they're drinking, and also ask the question, why are you eating or drinking it? Just by asking yourself that question, you can just find that it just reduces the volume. Now, when you search the term natural sugars on the internet, you come across all different types of sugar, from honey, agave, coconut sugar, different fruit concentrates. And some of the articles on the internet imply that these are much better for you. The body actually metabolizes them pretty similarly to refined sugar. Sugar isn't bad for you when you have cancer, and it can be a useful source of energy. When you've undergone cancer treatment, so this could be chemotherapy, radiotherapy, immunotherapy, or you've had surgery, it can be the case that you've lost a lot of weight. When you've lost a lot of weight, your body can get into this little vicious cycle so that you don't eat much, you feel very weak, you don't feel like eating much, you keep on going round and you lose lots of weight. So we really need to find ways that we break this vicious cycle, because the food that you put inside your body has a big impact on how strong you feel. A little sweet something can be a way of just convincing the body that it's going to want to eat. Sometimes when you're undergoing cancer treatments, you might have to have some steroids. Steroids can have an effect on the body that sometimes causes your body to show raised sugar levels. So your care team, your nurse, your oncologist might just say that you need to watch the sweet stuff. So choose something that you really fancy, a favourite sweet thing, and have a little bit of it. And having a sweet food like a pudding or a piece of cake after a meal that's got some protein in, these protein-rich foods can just slow down the absorption of the sugar, so that can make it easier for your body to cope with the challenge of having something sweet inside it. I think one of the best ideas is to look for a sweet food that has some additional benefit to it. So it could be a sorbet that you've just made out of amazing berries that you got out of the freezer. Or if you're making a meringue, then put lots of fresh fruit and some cream on top, and the cream will slow down the absorption of the sugar. So all sort of tricks of the trade that can really help you have something that you quite fancy that gives you some beneficial calories. So if you've got any questions about sugar, ask the question in the comments box below. I'm one of the experts in the online community, so ask me a question, I'm here.